The Santa Claus was such a huge hit that Disney decided to make sequels. And they sucked.
If I don't get married, I don't get to be Santa anymore?
How does being single keep Santa Claus from being Santa Claus? Oh, but that's not all. He's part of the Council of Legendary Figures. Because God knows this movie wasn't stupid enough already. We have an evil robot Santa who judges everyone to be naughty. Why does that sound so familiar? It's because of bullshit like this that sometimes I wish I never became the Necro Critic at all.
Necro Critic. I've been expecting you.
Who the hell are you?
I am your guide to this place. As of now, we are but shadows viewing this world that you have created.
Sorry, what?
I can understand your confusion. You see, you were brought here when you grasped your magic holiday cider and wished that you had never become the Necro Critic. This is the world created by that magic wish, a world in which you never existed.
Are you seriously telling me that my cider is magic?
Hey, that's a craft brand! Have $4 a bottle of that shit, it better be magic.
Touché. So, why are you here?
As I said before, I am your guide. I am here to show you this world so that you can judge whether or not it truly would be better off without you in it. Think of me as your own personal Clarence.
Let me guess. You're gonna take me on some grand magical tour, showing off how everyone's lives suck because I never existed, right?
Not quite.
Oh dear God, you're not saying the universe is better off without me, are you?
No. Actually, to be honest, your life has had almost no impact on the world whatsoever.
You're kidding me.
Afraid not.
Surely I've had to have affected some people's lives. My family? My friends? What about my fans? I mean, sure, I don't have a lot of them, but they are surprisingly dedicated.
About that. You see, your specific role as an internet reviewer has been filled by someone else.
What? Who could possibly replace...
The Devil
Critic is in.
The Devil
Critic is in. Watch crap movies. We play crap games. There's too much out there causing us pain. The actors are rancid. The plot is stale.
The Devil
Is here to put an end to the fail.
The Devil
Critic is in.
The Devil
Critic is in.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nibbling at your nose.
Hi, I'm the Devil Critic. Now, as we've already seen, The Santa Claus is one of the greatest Christmas movies of our time, and The Santa Claus 2 is a watchable, albeit painfully lackluster sequel. Now, a sane person would have learned their lesson, cut their losses, and moved on. Unfortunately, Disney doesn't know when to quit, and Tim Allen was under contract. Which brings us to The Santa Claus 3, one of the most insultingly terrible movies to ever escape the Magic Kingdom.
Seriously? My freaking brother is my replacement?
He was a minor character, but he was still a reviewer. With you out of the picture, he became the star.
How could that sad meatloaf impersonator possibly match up to me?
See for yourself.
The movie begins at the elementary school. Not even 1 minute in this movie already hurts. Where Santa's wife, Carol, is busy teaching a group of young elves. However, they are clearly not interested in the lesson.
How come we can't learn the things that we want to learn? Like what? Like, wasn't it weird when you married Santa and you had to move all the way up to the pole and give up your old life, Mrs. Claus?
My, what an expositionally tantalizing question.
Weirder than you can possibly imagine.
But then something so gigantic happened that it changed Santa and me forever.
Like what?
Oh, Christ, don't tell me this is another fucking flashback film. So we flash back to Carol in labor, being rushed across a series of comedic pratfalls to the infirmary? Ugh, for fuck's sake. By the time they get to the comically small delivery room, it turns out to be a false alarm. So we cut to later in the day where... I'm sorry, but were those last two scenes really necessary? So far we've had a pointless flashback set up and a scene that amounted to literally nothing. We wouldn't lose anything if those two scenes were cut. Seriously, why couldn't we start the movie here? It would jump right into the whole Mrs. Claus is pregnant thing, and it'd shave 3 excruciating minutes off of the runtime. Win-win! So Carol is busy lounging in front of the scariest fireplace ever when she starts stressing out about the baby. So Scott tries to cheer her up by leaving the room to get a gift for her.
That never gets old.
If you could never do that again, that would be great. So he digs through his bag to pull out...
Oh.
Wow! What an amazing effect! It's almost as if that blatant CG mobile was actually there! I mean, sure, they could have gotten a real mobile. Probably would have been cheaper. But then they couldn't make it look like he's clearly not touching it with his other hand. Bravo, special effects department! Clearly, this film's budget was well spent. But their admiration of the PS1 graphics is quickly interrupted by the elf doctor checking up on Carol, as well as Curtis, who apparently went through elf puberty between films, trying to tell Scott to get back to work, as they are catastrophically behind.
Have you even checked this list once?
I have perused it.
Help me, help you, help me, help you. Help me, help you, help you, help you, help me. Help me, help you. Help me, help you, help you, help you, help me. Help me, help you. Help you, help you.
Why
help me.
Couldn't Bernard tell him this?
Help me, help you. Help me, help you, help me, help you.
I'm sure he could do this much less
Help you. Help you.
annoyingly.
Help you, help me.
Unfortunately, Curtis's stress starts piling on Carol, causing her to storm out of the room. Scott follows her, trying to figure out a way to comfort her.
It's people that I need. You know, family.
Oh, family. We are your family, right, Elves? We're her family, right?
We love you, Mrs. Claus!
That's creepy.
Taller family.
That's ableist.
Human family.
That's racist. It turns out she's upset because she's afraid of the idea of giving birth alone while Santa is doing his job, and laments the fact that she can't be with her family. So, Scott suggests bringing her family to the North Pole.
There could be dire consequences. The possibilities increase exponentially that the closely guarded secret of the North Pole's true location could be compromised, and Christmas as we know it would cease to exist, crushing the hopes and dreams of the world's children and extinguishing the joy of Santa's magic forever!
Shh. Sheesh, kid, take a chill pill. How about we bring Bernard in here? He's much better at handling these sort of stressful situations.
How are you gonna pull it off? My parents think you're a toy maker in Canada.
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. Scott Calvin had a painfully awful idea.
Canada?
Canada! It's in North America. Hey, vinegar on their French fries. They sit on the Chesterfield, watch the hockey game, shoot the puck, daddy-o. Everybody listen up. Grab your hammers. The in-laws are coming.
However, before he can enact his idiotic plan, the Council of Legendary Figures shows up for an emergency meeting, where we finally meet the real star of this movie.
You love it. Am I right?
Hey, Jack Frost, finally!
Yes, Jack Frost, played by Martin Short, who is facing disciplinary action due to misusing his powers and whoring out his image in an attempt to upstage Santa. Gee, kinda like what the trailers for this movie were doing. Which is the main reason why I never watched this movie until recently. You see, the trailers for the other two were about the main plot, which looked amazing in one case and kinda dumb but still watchable in the other one. This one, on the other hand, completely whores this character out.
This time, Christmas is getting Jack.
Jack Frost.
Puny mortals, gaze in awe at how marketable our villain is.
I invented chill.
And that just made the movie seem unappealing to me. They made it look like they had forgone the drama of the other movies in favor of a generic hero versus villain plot. And with an utterly stupid-looking villain, too. Look, the Council of Legendary Figures was easily the worst part of the second movie. Their solution? Come up with yet another legendary figure for the Council. Only this time, he's tangentially related to Christmas, so Santa can have someone to fight. Because we clearly didn't get enough evil Santa from the last one. Anyway, Jack tries to defend his actions because he's tired of getting the short end of the stick and wants his own holiday.
You get the soda cans, and you get the TV specials, and you get the postage stamps, and the billboards, and the beautiful adoring wife, and the army of toy-building yes-men. What do I get?
Let's see, aside from Winter Solstice and by extension Yule, you're the mascot for a prolific and critically acclaimed video game franchise, major character from an L. Frank Baum novel, protagonist of a DreamWorks movie that people ship with Elsa for some stupid reason, an invisible, obscure Iron Man villain, Austrian doom metal band, Jethro Tull song, St. Vita song, Korean manga, 3 Rankin Bass movies, 2 low-budget horror films, a Michael Keaton Christmas special, an MST3K episode. You know what? He may have a point here. But Scott is having none of his whining, as he ends up unloading all of his current troubles.
And on top of that, I'm a tad bit worried about being a father again because I wasn't all that good at it the first time.
You know, if it were me in a red suit, I'd probably go right to the escape clause.
Oh no, the escape clause. Way too extreme.
So after hearing about the titular escape clause, Jack offers to work as Santa's helper during this trying time, in lieu of suspension. Scott begrudgingly agrees on the condition that he answers directly to Curtis. Why, Curtis? He's useless and annoying. Why not put Bernard in charge of him? He wouldn't tolerate any funny business. Afterward, Scott leaves to visit Laura and Neil before picking up his in-laws. However, with his son Charlie spending Christmas with his girlfriend, the rest of them try to convince him to take them to the North Pole with him.
Maybe I should be the one there for Carol. You know, I mean, another mom. I could help.
Besides, we were supposed to spend Christmas with my uncle in Germany, but then somebody managed to land himself on the no-fly list. So...
Please, Uncle Scott. Can I come to the North Pole, too?
I think her adorability is crashing in on itself.
Meanwhile, Jack Frost and the elves are busy disguising the North Pole by replacing all of the bad elf puns with bad Canadian stereotypes.
Guys, I've done it. What have you done?
Okay, as blindingly terrible as this movie is, Martin Short is hilarious. No, seriously. I mean, I'm not saying Jack Frost's scenes are pure comedy gold or anything, but I'm actually enjoying myself every time he's on screen. I don't know whether it's his constant chewing on the scenery, or the fact that he's clearly the only person on set who gives a crap, but I really like this character. Now, don't get me wrong. The character itself is still an idiotic concept, but he is always on point, he brings a ton of energy to the role, and I legitimately want to see more of him every time he shows up. Fuck everyone else, give me more Jack Frost! It's weird. One of the worst things about this movie is the best thing about this movie. It's quite the paradox, really. So Curtis shows up to check on Jack, who immediately starts prodding him for information on the escape clause.
Sorry, classified.
That's just what I'd say.
What?
If I didn't know anything. Don't be embarrassed. Makes perfect sense. Only the big guy would really know the important stuff.
Again, why wouldn't he put Bernard in charge of him? The number one elf is way too much of a hard ass to fall for something like this.
For your information, I'm now elf number 1.
Ooh. I'm sorry, what?
I'm now elf number 1.
No. No, you are not elf number 1. Bernard is elf number 1. Bernard is the guy in charge. Bernard hasn't shown up yet. I need to... 1 second, I need to... Bernard isn't in this movie. What? The actual fuck?! He's gone?! Where the hell did Bernard go?! Okay, look. Favorite character aside, this wouldn't bother me nearly so much, if not for the fact that they never once addressed this in the whole damn movie! I mean, they completely ignore the fact that he ever existed! I mean, what happened?! Is he dead?! Did he retire?! Did he get arrested? Seriously, what happened to Bernard? I swear to God, Bernard had better have a damn good reason for not being in this movie, or I swear to God that I'm gonna... Well played, Krumholtz. Bernard being gone or not, why the hell is Curtis, of all people, in charge? In case you haven't noticed, he is directly responsible for every single bad thing that happened in the last movie! Not knowing about the Mrs. Claus? Curtis! Evil Toy Santa? Curtis! The North Pole almost being discovered by a damn sonar jet? Fucking Curtis! Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he up and tells Jack Frost exactly how the escape clause works so he can use it for his own evil purposes.
Secret Santa snow globe. Santa. I wish that I had never become Santa at all.
And then whoosh! Job opening Santa Claus.
Told you I knew everything.
Our head elf, everybody. Personally destroying Christmas since 2002. Way to go, jackass. Meanwhile, Scott goes to his in-laws' house accompanied by the Sandman.
Oh, please, come up with your own damn jokes, you amateur.
What do you mean?
He clearly lifted that from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
And you did it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Please. Sleepwalkers. Endless cameos. Oh, come on, even Mark Hamill!
Okay. Shut up.
Come to think of it, you two kind of do look a little
I said shut up!
Where we finally meet Carol's parents, Bud and Sylvia Newman, played by Alan Arkin and Anne Margaret? I guess they owe Disney a favor? He tries to get them ready to leave, but they manage to get themselves sidetracked.
It's cold in Canada.
Well...
Remember when we went to Yosemite?
Oh, here we go. Yosemite again.
It was freezing and there were bears.
How would you know? You never left the lodge.
I didn't leave the lodge because it was freezing.
And there were bears?
Yes, and it was freezing,
And
darling.
it was freezing weather?
Yes.
You know, they fight a lot, but they stay together because the sex is fantastic.
Thankfully, Sandman gets fed up with their bickering and puts them to sleep, so Scott can take them to the North Pole without them realizing it.
Hey, we tagged along!
Hey! Hi! Oh, it's tall people!
Still ableist.
You guys know that my mom and dad can't know that we're at Santa's workshop at the North Pole, right?
Who do they think we are?
Welcome to Canada!
I'm pretty sure they only got away with this blatant ethnicism because Canadians are too polite and friendly to actually give a shit. Carol is obviously over the moon to see her parents, while they waste no time in bringing on the guilt.
And I'm sure you have a perfectly good reason for shutting us out of your life.
Get used to this, folks. We got a full hour of this crap ahead of us. So, Jack is busy wandering around the workshop, sending the elves away on break so he can sabotage the machinery. Meanwhile, Scott is giving the in-laws a tour of his facilities, where Bud complains about everything, and Scott makes up flimsy excuses.
These people are short. What's the deal with them?
Well, have you ever been to Canada?
No, it's too far.
This is what Canadians look like.
Well, of course! Everyone knows that Canadians are such a proud race of short people, like Ryan Stiles, Donald Sutherland, Brendan Fraser, Ryan Reynolds, Bret Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Roddy Piper. They eventually wind up in the kitchen, where they bump into Jack.
He's playing Jack Frost in our Yippee It's Canada parade.
Oh, yes, of course. To bring frosty cheer to the workers. I'm kind of like the team mascot, eh? Rah-rah!
My god, he's even better at pretending to be Canadian than everyone else. Although he is Canadian. That just proves how all Canadians are short. Oh, come on! Come on! I had to take that shot! However, Scott gets called away to deal with a few sudden emergencies, leaving Jack to entertain the in-laws.
You're so adorable. You divine little kitten, you.
That's creepy.
And I bet you sing, too.
No.
Oh, go on. I bet you can sing.
Well, I was called the female Elvis back in my day, but...
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Oh, it gives me chills.
Still creepy.
Would you like to be my elf?
Huh?
You heard me.
I didn't think it was possible, but Martin Short has finally out-creeped Jiminy Glick.
Here.
So the entire workshop is in a state of absolute chaos. But Scott manages to take control of the situation by taking all of the toys that broke down and combining them.
Jet-powered scooter board.
Yeah, that seems safe. Now that he has a moment of reprieve, Scott decides to take Lucy to the secret Hall of Snow Globes, where every Santa throughout history has kept their own personal magic snow globe.
This is so beautiful, Uncle Scott.
Which is a pretty magical moment, up until you realize just how many Santas have bitten the dust over the years.
And to think, according to the last movie, every single one of them is a straight, cisgendered male. What are the odds?
Save it for your Tumblr, man.
This one. That was mine.
It's my very favorite. Just like you gave Charlie.
Yeah.
I think you mean the one Bernard gave Charlie. And no, I'm still not over that. He then gives her her own magic snow globe as a very special Christmas present.
Oh, and he turns pink.
I told you your warm hugs were magical.
Wait a minute. That's the second time they've mentioned those warm, magical hugs. Does that mean they're going to... No. That's too much even for Disney. Afterwards, Scott returns to the rest of the family decorating their Christmas tree, but immediately gets called away again for work, leaving Carol feeling neglected. Meanwhile, Jack manages to find his way inside the Hall of Snow Globes and proceeds to steal Scott's snow globe. However, Lucy catches him and tries to tell her parents on him.
Jack Frost took Uncle Scott's snow globe and he knows that it's not his!
We get it, ya vape.
Now, am I gonna have to do the same thing to you? Or are you gonna get into that closet and stay there without saying a word?
Wow, bottom line, don't mess with Jack Frost.
Jack returns to Scott's room only to find him preoccupied with more work, giving him ample opportunity for more sabotage. Scott finally manages to pull himself away from work long enough to accidentally wreck the Christmas tree, which proves to be the last straw.
Well, maybe if you weren't working all the time, you might know.
Well, maybe you just don't understand the pressure I'm under.
Well, maybe...
The Santa Claus 3! Experience the Disney magic of in-laws bitching at each other! Escape the chaos of the holidays by watching Santa Claus deal with the same petty bullshit that you have to put up with! Rated G for the whole insufferable family.
So Jack pulls Santa aside to help him cool off, pun excruciatingly intended, where they have a brief little heart-to-heart. Jack gives him a present to help him feel better, while not so subtly coaching him into saying a certain trigger phrase.
I wish I'd never become Santa.
At all?
Yeah, at all. I wished I'd never been Santa at all. Happy?
I am now.
And thus, the escape clause is finally invoked, sending Scott and Jack back in time to just before Scott first put on the Santa suit. Jack takes advantage of the situation and rushes over to put on the suit, which sends Scott back to the present day in an alternate timeline, where he is now the heartless CEO of his old toy company, and the world is worse off now that he is no longer Santa. That's right, folks! The titular escape clause was just a poor excuse to make this movie into a cheap, crappy knockoff of It's a Wonderful Life. And trust me, as an internet reviewer, I know a thing or two about cheap, crappy knockoffs.
Really?
He quickly decides to fly to the North Pole to set everything right and discovers, much to his horror, that Jack Frost has turned Santa's workshop into an overpriced tourist trap that looks like one of those cheap, soulless Christmas theme parks that are always popping up everywhere. Seriously, this place looks cheaper and less dignified than a penny whore with coupons.
Oh, what the fuck? That bastard stole my joke!
You don't exist, remember? So technically, you never made that joke.
Yeah, well, technically, fuck you!
After seeing Curtis walking around and selling commemorative voice recorder pens, Santa Frost shows up and Scott decides to confront him. But Frost ain't having any of it.
Why don't you chill out and enjoy the swag, huh?
This junk is not what Christmas is about.
Hey, you're the one who gave it all up?
Because you tricked me.
Tricked you? Give me a break.
I didn't know you had my snow globe.
Maybe not. But who said I wish I'd never been Santa at all?
Scott manages to find Lucy in the audience of a stage show and convinces her to sneak into the Hall of Snow Globes and steal Jack's personal snow globe. Meanwhile, Santa Frost takes the stage and...
Start spreading the news by jet or by sleigh.
What the fuck?
If you can make it here, the world's all Christmas cheer.
Yeah, that expression pretty much sums up this whole movie. Thankfully, Scott interrupts the show and tries to turn the crowd against Frost, but he's quickly apprehended. Luckily, Lucy shows up just in time to toss Jack his snow globe.
There's only one problem. You're never gonna get me to say,
I wish I'd never been Santa at all.
Now, who said that?
So they once again travel back in time, where Scott restrains Jack long enough for choppy footage of the good movie to play, thus restoring the timeline and sending them back to the present.
Well, that didn't work out the way I'd hoped.
Now, some of you are probably thinking that I kinda glossed over that whole alternate timeline thing. And you'd be right. I did gloss over it. You wanna know why I glossed over it? Because the movie itself glossed over it. This whole movie has been leading up to the It's a Wonderful Life plot. All of that tension, all of that build-up, and you wanna know how big the payoff is? 15 godforsaken minutes! Yeah! Only 1/6 of the fucking movie was spent on the fucking plot that it was fucking named after! And you wanna know what the worst fucking part is? That was the best part of the movie! No, seriously! As brief as it was, it had great drama, conflict, and character development, as well as a terrifying perversion of Christmas. I mean, look at the alternate North Pole. This place perfectly exemplifies the commercialist holiday hell. The elves are reduced to joyless attendees and salesmen. The reindeer are forced into a cramped petting zoo. People are lining up to buy spots on the nice list, and chaotic crowds are murdering each other over crappy, overpriced souvenirs, while the PA system eggs them on to keep spending more.
Kids, remember how much your parents love you depends on how much they spend on your present.
But who cares about that? Now Santa Claus bickering with his in-laws, that's what the people want to see. Watch out, Academy! There's cinematic gold in them Nar Hills! Fuck this movie. So Scott rushes over to Carol and her parents and expresses his undying love for them.
I missed you so much. So much.
Wait, it's just been a few minutes.
So we've noticed. He brings them to the workshop where he reveals his identity as Santa. And lucky for him, Charlie shows up with the other legendary figures to help Santa fix Christmas in wake of all the earlier chaos. All seems well until Lucy shows up with her frozen parents. Santa demands that Jack unfreeze them, but unfortunately...
I can't unfreeze them without unfreezing myself, and that is something I'll never do.
No!
What do you say, Luce?
Do you think it'll work?
No! 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 No!
Okay. This
No! No!
is what you're all reduced to?
No! No, 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 no! 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 No!
Adorable.
No! 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 No!
What's happening to me?
Warming your heart.
Oh, fuck you, movie! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, movie! How? How can this shit possibly get any worse? How? How? Oh my god! Ah! It was less scary when he was evil! Why? Why? Oh my god! Why? 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 Oh my god, make it stop!
Wow. I thought I overreacted to shit.
So, Neil and Laura are unfrozen, Jack Frost accepts the goodness in his heart, and everybody gets together for a group hug just in time for Carol to immediately go into labor, leading to literally the exact scene from the beginning, but on fast forward. And thus ends Carol's little story.
Mrs. Claus, how did you know about all this stuff that you weren't there for?
How would you like to spend Christmas in detention?
I'll be good.
And so the movie ends with Scott walking into the class while all the elves gush over their baby.
We named him after his grandpa.
That's right. Say hello to Buddy Claus.
Who would later grow up to be a grotesquely tall elf in New York City, while Ed Asner decides to teach a random book publisher a lesson in compassion after brutally murdering Tim Allen with a crowbar for the position of Santa. This movie blows fucking ass! The plot was idiotic, only one of the actors gave a shit, and they wasted an amazing premise in favor of people bitching about petty bullshit. And the fact that this is how they decided to end the story of one of my absolute favorite Christmas movies just adds insult to injury.
So, have you seen enough? Yeah, I guess I have. And I hate to admit it, but Devil's doing just fine on his own. I mean, left to his own devices, I guess he does deserve to be able to do this kind of thing more often. Who knows, maybe he does deserve his own show.
That's all I needed to hear.
But you know what the worst part of this whole thing is? It's the audacity of my jackass brother to completely ditch me like this. Seriously, how dare he leave me to review this holly jolly garbage fire all on my own? You know what? I don't care if it is Christmas time. Next time I see him, I'm gonna wring his scrawny little neck.
Wait a minute. I thought you said I didn't Whoa! The fuck was that for?
You said it yourself. He should have his own show.
I meant giving him a spin-off or something. I didn't say kill me.
Well, you say tomato, I say hold still and die!
It's not like I wanted to review this thing in the first place. He was just making such a big deal about trying to do a holiday special on time for once. God knows that's not gonna work. Probably gonna come up with some bullshit epiphany excuse or something like that. I saw him struggling and I figure, hey, maybe I should do this one nice thing for him. Help him out a little, you know, try to get his thing going. I don't even know why I bother. I'm just a lowly sidekick to that little prick. Is a little respect too much to ask for around here? Seriously, I'm the older brother, but he treats me like I'm his fucking lackey. Devil, do this. Devil, do that. Dress like you Jackman. Pick a fucking haircut already. Stop wasting egos in the teletoaster. Really, I am sick to fucking death of playing second banana to that hippie twerp. Wait!
Look! What are you doing? Oh, come on, you know the old saying. Every time a bell rings, an idiot gets distracted.
No, that's not how it goes. It's every single time a bell rings, an angel... Son of a bitch. Alright, you wanna do this the hard way? We'll do this the hard way!
Honestly, it's because of bullshit like this that sometimes I wish I never became the devil critic at all.
I'm alive. I'm alive! Oh my god, it's a Christmas miracle! Hey, Devil! I'm back! Devil? Huh. Where'd you run off to?
Ah! You hurt my hand, you thick-skulled jackass! You're not Necro.
No, I'm not.
No hard feelings? Uh-oh.
Oh, who cares? I've never been happier to be alive! I swear, I will never take anything for granted ever again. I love my life. I love you guys. I love my videos. I love my fat douche of a brother. And I love tearing sorry excuses for entertainment a new shithole. I promise I will keep doing this no matter how much it kills me sometimes. No more excuses, no more year-long hiatuses, no more regrets, and no fucking mercy! Oh, hey Devil, where have you been?
Spreading holiday cheer.
What's that all over your...
Holiday cheer.
Okay, you wanna help me close this thing out?
Sure.
Alright, well, This is the Necro Critic.
And the Devil Critic.
Saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
That was several months ago, you realize.
Happy Epiphany.
Wrong.
Happy Candlemas.
That's February.
April Fools!
Through long December nights we talk in words of rain or snow, while you through chattering teeth reply and curse us as you go. Why not spare a thought in this day for those who have no flame to warm their bones at Christmas time? Say Jack Frost and the Hoodie Crow.
Lots of fun. I'm sitting with Tim Allen, Dick, and he's been so much.
When you put a pause in there like that, people get the idea you just called me a dick. You didn't.
No, I wouldn't call you. You're Tim Allen, Dick.